Control A.5.29 exists to prevent organizations from relaxing their security posture when crises hit. It mandates the maintenance of critical controls even when operations shift into contingency mode. Confidentiality, integrity, and availability, the cornerstone principles of information security, must remain preserved. Monitoring systems, access restrictions, and incident management processes must continue functioning, even if through simplified or manual means. Policies must explicitly extend into emergency scenarios, defining which processes can be adapted and which must remain immutable. This control also integrates directly with incident management and broader crisis frameworks, ensuring that security considerations are not sidelined in favor of speed or convenience. In effect, A.5.29 embeds security as part of continuity, not as a competing discipline.
Maintaining critical safeguards during disruptions is a matter of foresight and discipline. Organizations must plan for fallback authentication mechanisms that allow secure emergency access without bypassing identity assurance. Manual validation steps should replace automated integrity checks if systems are offline, ensuring that data accuracy is still verified. Predefined emergency communication methods, such as satellite phones, encrypted messaging apps, or radio systems, must be documented and tested. Most importantly, essential security functions take priority over convenience. For instance, continuing logging or encryption, even at reduced performance, is preferable to abandoning them altogether. The essence of resilience lies not in flawless continuity, but in the ability to maintain trust and control while operating under constrained conditions. Coordination among teams becomes critical when normal hierarchies and systems are disrupted. Information security, IT, facilities management, human resources, and communications teams must operate as a single organism rather than isolated departments. Leadership hierarchies must be clear, with predefined authority lines to prevent confusion during crises. Rehearsed scenarios, tested through joint drills, ensure that personnel understand both their roles and those of their counterparts. Cross-discipline readiness dramatically improves recovery chances. When every team knows how its actions influence others, the organization can pivot smoothly even under stress. A.5.29 makes it clear that resilience is not the sole responsibility of IT. It is an enterprise-wide competency requiring synchronization and shared accountability. Evidence that security held during crisis conditions provides the credibility that distinguishes prepared organizations from lucky survivors. Emergency logs and records must be retained, showing which controls remained active and which were adapted. Continuity exercises should produce test reports demonstrating that fallback systems functioned as designed. Documented timelines of decisions and actions taken during disruptions allow for reconstruction and later review. Post-disruption validation reports confirm whether critical data remained intact and access restrictions were enforced. This evidence not only satisfies auditors, but strengthens internal confidence that continuity plans are realistic and effective. It transforms resilience from a theoretical claim into an evidence-backed assurance framework. Organizations often struggle with A.5.29 because they equate emergency conditions with relaxed standards. The belief that controls can wait until we're stable again undermines the very purpose of continuity planning. Overconfidence in untested backup procedures creates a false sense of readiness, often revealed only when they fail. Gaps frequently appear between business continuity plans and the ISMS, leading to duplicated efforts or conflicting priorities. Staff may also lack familiarity with manual contingencies, assuming automation will always be available. Recognizing these weaknesses is the first step toward remediation. Successful organizations treat disruptions as expected scenarios, not exceptional ones, embedding them into daily preparedness culture. Practical illustrations highlight the importance of readiness under A.5.29. A hospital that maintains access to electronic health records during regional outages demonstrates true continuity, the ability to preserve patient care and data integrity simultaneously. A manufacturing company rerouting production through backup operational technology networks shows resilience at the system layer. A bank enabling customer authentication offline preserves trust even when connectivity fails. A public agency that reroutes emergency communications through secure fallback systems protects critical coordination when citizens depend most on accurate information. These examples show that resilience is not abstract. It is the tangible expression of preparation, cooperation, and unwavering adherence to security principles even when circumstances deteriorate.
For more cyber-related content and books, please check out cyberauthor.me. Also, there are other prepcasts on cybersecurity and more at baremetalcyber.com. Control A.5.30 takes the principles of security during disruption and grounds them in the technical reality of ICT resilience. Where A.5.29 ensures that security remains functional amid chaos, A.5.30 ensures that the technology itself, the servers, networks, applications, and data systems, can sustain business continuity goals. The control links these technical capabilities directly to recovery time objectives, RTOs, and recovery point objectives, ensuring that system recovery aligns with organizational risk tolerance and business impact analyses. It requires readiness to be demonstrated through both technical measures and organizational discipline. The ultimate aim is to make continuity real, not an aspiration written in a policy, but a proven capability supported by tested infrastructure, rehearsed procedures, and auditable evidence that the enterprise can endure disruptions without losing its operational integrity or customer trust. Technological resilience begins with architectural foresight. ICT systems must be designed with redundancy, clustering, and failover capabilities that eliminate single points of failure. Critical applications should run on clustered servers or cloud regions connected through redundant data paths. Backups must be encrypted and stored off-site or in alternate cloud regions, ready to restore operations if primary systems fail. Communication routes, whether network lines, VPNs, or cellular channels, must have built-in alternatives to prevent isolation. Failover mechanisms must extend beyond hardware, including virtualized or containerized workloads capable of rapid relocation. Testing geographic redundancy ensures that if one region or provider is compromised, another can assume operations seamlessly. These technical foundations form the backbone of continuity readiness, engineered redundancy that supports business survival, not just system uptime. Testing is the centerpiece of ICT readiness under A.5.30. No matter how robust a plan appears on paper, untested procedures rarely survive first contact with reality. Regular drills simulate system loss, data corruption, and network outages to confirm recovery workflows actually function as intended. Each test should measure recovery times against documented RTOs and RPOs, identifying discrepancies and bottlenecks. Data restoration tests must verify both completeness and integrity, ensuring backups are not only recoverable but accurate. Continuity exercises should align with critical business processes, such as payroll, customer transactions, or manufacturing control, to verify end-to-end operability. Post-test reviews translate findings into actionable improvements, updating both systems and plans. Through these recurring rehearsals, ICT readiness evolves from static design to living, adaptive resilience. Dependence on external suppliers and partners introduces one of the greatest challenges to ICT continuity. Cloud service disruptions, telecom outages, or managed service provider failures can cripple even the most prepared organization if dependencies are poorly understood. Supplier contracts must explicitly define recovery time commitments and specify notification obligations for service disruptions. Transparent dependency mapping, detailing where data, workloads, and connectivity rely on third parties, enables realistic continuity strategies. High-risk suppliers should participate in joint rehearsals to validate their recovery claims and test integration points. This collaborative approach ensures that resilience extends beyond internal systems to the broader ecosystem that supports the organization's operations. When suppliers rehearse alongside customers, continuity becomes a shared mission rather than a divided responsibility. Readiness indicators allow organizations to measure and communicate their resilience maturity. Comparing actual recovery performance against target RTOs and RPOs provides a clear measure of capability. Monitoring backup success rates ensures that restoration will be possible when needed. Participation rates in continuity drills show how deeply readiness culture has penetrated the organization. Board-level reporting of resilience metrics integrates business continuity into governance discussions, linking technical performance to enterprise risk appetite.
These indicators provide executives and regulators with confidence that resilience is not an abstract claim, but a monitored, measurable part of organizational effectiveness. By tracking performance, A5.30 converts continuity from a one-time project into an ongoing management system.
Real-world examples bring this control to life. An airline rerouting its ticketing systems to alternate regions after a data center fire demonstrates tested redundancy in action. A SaaS provider restoring full service from encrypted backups within hours proves operational competence. A financial exchange conducting failover tests between primary and secondary data centers shows foresight in managing systemic risk. A logistics company keeping its IoT-based tracking network running through satellite backup links exemplifies continuity in complex, distributed environments. These cases illustrate that readiness is not about avoiding disruption, it is about designing systems to continue functioning through it, preserving trust when it matters most.
Evidence of readiness must be documented and traceable. Disaster recovery test reports should record objectives, execution details, and measurable outcomes. ICT architecture diagrams must clearly show redundancy, alternate paths, and failover configurations. Provider contracts should include documented continuity clauses outlining shared recovery responsibilities. Review notes from post-test assessments must record corrective actions, timelines, and accountability. Auditors and regulators will expect to see not only the plans, but also the proof of their execution and refinement. A living evidence trail, updated after every drill or actual event, demonstrates that resilience is embedded into governance, not simply promised in policy.
When A.5.29 and A.30 operate in tandem, they create a powerful continuity assurance system. A.5.29 ensures that security controls persist through crisis, maintaining integrity and oversight when normal operations fail. A.30 ensures that ICT infrastructure and teams are ready to uphold continuity targets and recover with speed and precision. Together, they guarantee that the organization can protect its data, sustain its services, and communicate transparently even under pressure. Customers, regulators, and partners witness not panic but professionalism, an enterprise that continues to deliver value when others falter. In this way, the combination of both controls transforms continuity from a compliance requirement into a tangible expression of trust, preparing the organization for the next evolution in governance and assurance, compliance alignment, and legal accountability under A.5.31 and A.5.32.